What up, folks? What's up, sports fans? How are you doing today? It is your main man, Cliff from Cliff Notes. Y'all ready for some sports? Let's get it! Folks, it's the Final Four for both men and women. We've got a lot to cover, and here's what we want to talk about first. The lineup is set for the men's Final Four: Duke versus Houston and Auburn versus Florida. Let's talk for a minute here. I'll make my predictions right now. I believe that it is going to be a great basketball game. Talking about the Duke and the Houston game first. Houston is one of the most athletic teams in the country. They've shown that all season long. Houston can defend on the perimeter. They are a tall team. I know Duke is long, though. Duke is a very long ball club. But I believe that Houston can match Duke pound for pound. But I believe that this is hard, folks. I believe Duke is going to win, but I would not be surprised if Houston won, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry. That is a very tough one to pick right now. So I'm gonna go with Duke. I'm gonna go with Duke. And let's move forward with Duke going into Monday night's game. The next game, we have stars from the Auburn Tigers, and of course, we've got Florida, Walter Clayton Jr. Walter Clayton Jr. For Florida, man, that cat is a amazing talent guard. He is really, really what I would consider a top tier basketball player. He's always there, and if he's there, Florida has a chance. But on the other hand, you've got Johni Broome. And I will go back to say this. Johni Broome took a nasty spill in the last game versus Michigan State. He was able to come back out like Willis Reed did in the 70s and continue on and play and finish out the game, although he was not moving that arm all the way. But if his elbow is healthy and he's a healthy player, I believe that they will revenge the Florida loss from early in the season, from late in the season. And I can see Auburn going forward. Now, I'm confused by this line. For some reason, they've got the line higher than what it should be because they only beat Auburn by a couple of points at Auburn. So I don't understand a big line of more than 5 points. But for that, if I'm a betting man on this or betting woman, because I know I've got some women out there that like to play also, different apps, I would go with Auburn and definitely take the points. I think that's a very safe bet. Let's talk women's Final Four. So we have UConn versus UCLA in the women's Final Four. UCLA is the number one ranked overall team in the tournament. UConn is a number 2 seed who's won their region. But for some reason, the points are with UConn. I don't know if it's because of Gino Oriana past lineage of being a champion and Gino's ability to coach in big games. But I just don't see how Paige Beckers and that team from UConn are going to be able to stop the role that has been UCLA. I know Betts is a beast, and Jaquez, they are both really good scorers. Betts is a great rebounder and scorer. I tell you what, UConn's going to have their hands full, and I've got UCLA coming out of that game. The next game, we've got South Carolina versus Texas. And now I know that South Carolina, Dawn Staley, her coaching has been just magnificent. She gets her players ready to play, and I believe they will be ready to play. I know Booker from Texas, she had 18 and 11 her last game. Booker's going to be hard to stop, but I believe that Kitts and Fagans and those ladies from South Carolina are going to have enough to stop Texas' run. I think Kitts will probably go for 18, maybe 20, and she's going to seal the deal, and it'll be UCLA versus South Carolina in the ladies' national championship game. I said it, Cliff Notes. Yes, indeed, I did it. So the final two will be UCLA versus South Carolina. Let's talk really quick. I'm going to interrupt program just for a second, but I just saw a story come across, and it's from ESPN stating that the NBA has now told John Morant and Golden State Warriors Buddy Hield to stop mimicking shooting guns. Okay, folks. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. John Morant. Hold up. I'll tell you what. Everybody else, put your stuff on mute. Everybody this is just for John Morant. Everybody put your stuff on mute. John Morant, come here, man. Come here. You ain't no killer. So please stop playing like you won and stop pretending like you got a gun, man. Everybody else unmute. All right, come on back in the room. All right. So apparently this has been a celebration that they've decided to use in the game with Golden State versus Memphis. Golden State won that game 134-125. John Morant used imaginary guns on both hands, pointing them toward the Warriors bench, like he was shooting them down in some kind of peanut gallery. And Buddy Hield did a similar gesture during a timeout. We know that the referees gave both of those two guys technical fouls. The Memphis Grizzlies star, John Morant, along with Buddy Hield, the Golden State Warriors player, he was given a technical foul for using their guns. I mean, how old are they? 5? I mean, come on, man. We don't do that. We know John Morant was suspended 25 games. You know, the 2-time All-Star basketball player. He's had a lot of problems with following the dang on rules. Follow the rules, John Morant. Nobody's out there trying to say, or when they say, I'm going to kill you on the court tonight, I'm going to go to the hole and kill you. They don't mean that they're going to actually kill you. That means that they're going to kill you softly with a song. Killing me softly. All right, folks, let's talk about the NBA. I know the season is winding down. Only a few games left. I'm going to give you my top teams in the National Basketball Association. Here they are. Number 5, young team out west. Right now they're second place. Team looking very good. That is none other than the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets led right now with Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson. Those guys are playing some really good basketball. Ime Udoka, once again, I've talked about him all season. This man can absolutely coach. He can coach with the best of them. He took a losing squad and made them a very, very competitive product. My 4th best team is the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know I'm having them at 4 right now, but I will tell you this. The Lakers are looking good, and I don't know if we've seen the real Lakers yet. I spoke earlier that the Lakers were like a potluck that you would get at like the office or something. You know, hey, who made this macaroni and cheese? And somebody said, I don't know who made it. I don't know who made it. So people don't want to eat it. So eventually somebody says, I'm going to try this macaroni and cheese. And they eat the macaroni and cheese. And, oh, my gosh, that macaroni and cheese is good. Who made this macaroni and cheese? And somebody says, Sadie made it. Oh, Sadie. You should have said that in the first place. Everybody started eating Sadie's macaroni and cheese. The Lakers are Sadie's macaroni and cheese. You don't know what they're doing right now, but, man, they got a chance to win it all. They really have a chance to win it all. I don't believe that we have seen their ceiling. I believe J.J. Redick and crew are saving up for the playoffs, and right now they're in prime position. They're in 3rd, and they've got a chance to be number 2 and overtake Houston. I think they're 2.5 games back. They also have to play Houston. so they can make up ground. Or maybe they're 3.5 back. I'm not sure. But they've got a chance to really do something. So watch out for the Los Angeles Lakers. My third best team is the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics right now, I have them at 3 because they've kind of struggled a little bit. I know their record doesn't say struggle, but if you watch the Celtics, sometimes, I've heard the excuse, it's April or it's March. It's hard for them to play because they're not really playing for anything. That team had better be careful because we've got some teams coming for them. And the number 2 team is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers, once again, I know they went through a little rough patch, but they are really, really playing some good basketball. They are really doing good defensive rotations. They're moving the ball. And if Donovan Mitchell appears to be held down, struggled, if anybody puts him on the struggle bus like last night, I believe they were playing against the Knicks. Obi Anunoby was holding him down pretty good. And he got him in foul trouble. And once Donovan Mitchell got Anunoby in foul trouble, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Donovan Mitchell, man, he can go to the hole. He can shoot jumpers. He got mid-range. He's got a 3-point game. The guy is absolutely complete. And he absolutely put in some work. And that's why they're number 2. My number 1 team right now, a team that is rolling over everyone, is the OKC Thunder. Chet Holmgren, he is just having an unbelievable season. He's playing well. The MVP is playing well. That's right. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, is playing some really, really good basketball. They're my number 1 team right now in the regular season. Now, I'm going to come back at the end of the regular season, and I'm going to give you my actual playoff top 5. And you can like and describe right here in the comments below. Put it in the comments if you agree with my top 5. I've got Houston, Lakers, Boston, Cleveland, and OKC in that order, with OKC being number 1, number 2 being Cleveland, number 3 is Boston, number 4 Lakers, and number 5 Houston. The young guns are having a good regular season, but now we all know, watching the NBA, the playoffs is a different animal. The game is played different. It's a little slower. Possessions are more intentional and personal. When I say personal, I mean body to body. You're not going to get any freebies. You're not going to get any breakaways. You're not going to get anything down the lane easy for free. You're going to have to earn everything. So we'll see how those young guys come up and finish this regular season. Like and subscribe, NBA Top 5. Folks, next I would like to talk about the torpedo bats. Yes, the New York Yankees are using torpedo bats, and they are doing quite well. I don't know if the Dodgers are using torpedo bats, but they're undefeated right now. I believe they're 7 or 8-0 or something. Man, can anybody beat the Dodgers? They are going to run roughshod if we don't watch out through the National League. Can anybody beat them in the National League? One team that I thought would put up a brave try would be the Atlanta Braves. Can somebody please call the Braves and tell them to order 25 torpedo bats? Because they ain't won a game. Come on, Atlanta. I had you as my second best team in the National League. I haven't even released my top 5 yet, league by league, but man, can't believe that. Like and subscribe. All right, folks, we're going to talk NFL draft. We're about 3 weeks away from NFL draft right now. I have who I think, in what order, the teams shall take these players coming into the draft. Now, number 5, we know that that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. They will be picking at number 5. Jacksonville needs a lot. I think Trevor Lawrence is not, I repeat, not done. I think he has a chance to get revitalized and be a very good football player. So I don't think they should go for a quarterback. I think their defense is decent. Walker is playing magnificent football. The kid from Georgia, he's playing very good. So that leads me to the running back room. I like Ashton Jeanty going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ashton is built like a Mack truck. This kid led Boise State this year, Heisman finalist. He can really, really play. And I believe that Ashton Jeanty should go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm almost certain if he slips at number 6 to the Raiders, I'm pretty sure the Raiders will take him because they've got their quarterback locked up with Geno Smith. They just extended Geno Smith's deal, so he's in good shape. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, the New England Patriots own that pick, and they have their quarterback, Drake May. They drafted him last year out of North Carolina, so Drake May is up there, and they're solid at quarterback. They're fine. So I believe that they need a superstar player, and the best available player at that time, I believe, is going to be Abdul Carter. I think Abdul Carter will become a New England Patriot at that time with the number 4 pick, and I will go through the rest of the picks and tell you why Abdul Carter. I know a lot of people say, but he's number 1 on the board. The last defensive line player was taken number 1 was Mario Williams, and I believe that was by the Houston Texans some time ago. How'd that work out? How many games did Mario win? So if your team needs some wins right away, a defensive player, he may be a once-in-a-lifetime generational Lawrence Taylor play, but that is not going to add up to wins if you don't have anybody on the offensive side of the football scoring points, because we know that in today's NFL, it's offensive-oriented. Number 3, New York Giants are picking there, and they're going to pick, I believe, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter will be there, available. The Giants have made their quarterback room pretty solid. They picked up Russell Wilson. He's going to be QB1 more than likely. Jameis Winston, it was signed. He has asked the Lord to deliver him from throwing those pick sixes. So we'll see if his repentance is okay. And, of course, they have Bobby DeVito or Danny DeVito, whoever that DeVito guy name is. He's also in the quarterback room. So that's why I believe Travis Hunter will be a good superstar for them to pick up to replace the superstar that they lost with Saquon Barkley. Travis will help them immensely. The number 2 team is the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Cleveland Browns had an experiment with Deshaun Watson. We all know Deshaun Watson's story. I think that's a wrap. Even the ownership came out this week and said that they made a tremendous mistake. So they're going to move on. More than likely, I'm almost certain that they will draft a quarterback, and that would be Shedeur Sanders. I believe Shedeur will be a Cleveland Brown. I'm almost certain of it. They will not let him pass down the draft board, because if Shedeur goes on to be an impact quarterback like a Jaden Daniels, man, it's going to be some heads rolling. If he slides to another team down in the bottom of the top 10, or man, it's going to be some problems. And I think the number 1 draft pick to the Tennessee Titans will be Cam Ward. Cam Ward has worked out for everybody for the Titans, including the Water Boys and the cheerleaders. The whole coaching staff went to see him at Miami for his pro day. They talked to the guy several times. They've had a lot of interviews with him, and I believe that they're going to be locked in with him. And those are my top 5 draft picks right now. You can take that to the bank. I've got Ashton Jeanty at 5, Abdul Carter 4, Travis Hunter at 3, Shedeur Sanders at 2. The number 1 pick will be Cam Ward. It's like that, and that's the way it is.
But it's like that, and that's the way it is.
Moving right on, we've got some other highlights that we want to touch on really quick here before we end our show. And that is one issue that I'm a little bit disturbed by. Folks, just let me say this really quick. The amount of hypocrisy I'm hearing from coaches about the transfer portal has made me almost sickening. Oh, we can't compete. Oh, these kids are changing. Oh, these kids are doing this. These kids are doing that. Before I go off the air right now, I just want to say one thing. For years, coaches have been able to lead programs right in the playoff season the home stretch of seasons, the tournament. They've left jobs to take other jobs, and nothing was said. Live with it, coaches. Get used to it. These kids have earned it. And if you got a problem with it, come see your boy Clip Notes. That's all for this week, folks, on Clip Notes. We'll see you next time. We'll have episodes of Good and Terrible, MVP, and all that stuff coming back right here on Clip Notes. Holla at your boy. Leave a comment below.